Hi everyone, welcome. Today we are going to be talking about opportunity recognition and elevator pitches. Again, my name is Tanya Hertz and you are in your entrepreneurship class. So, developing the competencies to be able to come up with good business ideas and evaluate those ideas is one of the most critical components in entrepreneurship. And it's one of the most important skills that you can develop. One of the first questions that we ask is, where do ideas come from? And then second, what makes a good idea? So the best ideas solve problems. Remember when we were talking before about Course Key? So the founder of Course Key, Luke Sofinos, was sitting in the classroom and he was taking attendance using the clickers, and he thought there has to be a better way. This problem actually bugged him, and he thought, why can't we use our cell phones to check in? And that there is the nugget of an idea, solving a problem. So a good place for you to start is think of something that bugs you. I often call this the bug report. Start by writing down 10 or 15 things that bug you. Now see if any of those things that bug you are not currently being solved by a business. So I was doing this last week. I was thinking, what bothers me? Is there something that bugs me that I can come up with an idea for? So for me, I like to go out to eat, and I like to have a nice bottle of wine when I go out to eat. But I also am frugal or cheap, and I don't like to pay $150 for a bottle of wine that I could buy at the grocery store, Trader Joe's, for $15. There's a big markup on wine in restaurants. So some restaurants will allow you to bring in your own bottle of wine, and they will charge either a small corkage fee or sometimes even free corkage. So I looked it up. Is there an app out there, or is there a website out there that shows me all of the local restaurants that charge a low or free corkage fee? And there wasn't any. And that's really the next step in the opportunity evaluation process. Google it, right? Look it up, see if it actually exists, see if there's a business out there solving that problem already. And if it does, if there is a business out there solving the problem, you have two choices. You can either scrap that idea and start over, look at another problem that bugs you, or see if there's a way that maybe you can tweak your idea, see if you can change it a little, if you can offer a solution better, faster, cheaper in some other way that would cause people to use your business rather than another. So the next step, once you have an idea that you think has potential, when you're solving a problem that no one else is solving adequately, then you're going to want to ask a couple of questions. First of all, are you the right person to start this business? Do you have access to the knowledge, skills, financial resources, material resources, or other resources to get this business actually started? If your idea is for something like anti-gravity shoes, for example, does that technology actually exist? If it does, do you have access to that technology? Probably not. So chances are you're going to want to scrap that idea. Now, if your idea is like, for my idea for an app, you might not personally possess the knowledge about how to build an app. I don't know myself how to actually create an app, but chances are I can find that information and realistically get the right people together who have those skills and actually start that business. So the next step in the process is consider current trends. So look at demographics, look at changes in technology, look at income, look at things like this, and say, is this the right time in history to actually be starting this business? So think about Course Key. Course Key could not have started 15 years ago. Why? Because not everybody was walking around with smartphones at that time. So it has to be the right time in history. And my idea for that corkage app, it might be the right time in history if you look at things like business cycles, current business cycles. So chances are we're actually at the right time. If you look at historical trends, we're actually due for the next downturn, right? We're at the peak of an economic cycle. And so maybe not everyone is as cheap as I am, but chances are the population in general will have less money coming up, and they might be looking for ways to save some money. So now that you have your idea, or an idea that you like, and you've done some research on it, it's time to develop your elevator pitch. So an elevator pitch is so named because most of the connections in business are made face-to-face without extensive planning and preparation. An elevator pitch is a pitch that you can give in an average elevator ride. Imagine you have a chance meeting with the CEO of a company. Maybe the company develops apps or something like this. You want to be able to explain your idea to her quickly, without charts, without graphs, without PowerPoint slides. And if you have an elevator pitch developed, you're ready to do that. So your elevator pitch should be less than 1 minute long. I personally prefer elevator pitches that are even shorter. Try to keep your elevator pitch to 30 seconds or less. And you need to be able to get your idea across to another person clearly, quickly, and concisely. Do your elevator pitch, or during your elevator pitch, avoid jargon, speak like you normally speak, avoid numbers, technological figures. Keep it both high level and concrete. Make sure that both your grandmother and your 10-year-old niece can understand your business idea. You want to get to the point immediately. So an elevator pitch should look something like this. My name is Tanya Hertz, and I have an idea for an app that lists all of the local restaurants here in San Diego that offer either free or low corkage. I personally like to go out to eat, but I don't like to pay $150 a bottle for wine when I could get that same bottle at the grocery store for $15. Many restaurants offer free or low cost corkage, but there currently is no app that lets the consumer know where to find those restaurants. My business will do just that. We will make money by selling ad space to the restaurants. We will also offer a freemium service whereby users can pay extra for the app, for features on the app, like coupons for free meals. I'll start the business locally, focusing on San Diego restaurants, but this idea has the potential to go worldwide. Free corkage in every city. Okay, so that's an elevator pitch, right? That's essentially exactly what you should do. Notice that I explained who I am immediately. I told what the business idea is right afterwards, and then I explained how that service will make money. Those are all important things to do in an elevator pitch. Remember before how we talked about startups? So the best elevator pitches, or the best ideas, are for startups. Startups are a particular type of new business that have the potential to grow very quickly and to reach a very large audience. So your elevator pitch does not necessarily need to be for a startup, but your goal should be a really high growth venture. So no matter what your business is, you have to make sure that you have some sort of competitive advantage. It has to be different than the competition in some way. You can't just say, I want to start a business that's exactly like another business, right? The idea, you don't have to invent something totally new, but there has to be a competitive advantage. It has to be different enough so that it makes sense for consumers to buy from you. So it's okay. Also, I just kind of wanted to say this. It's okay to offer your idea in a new market. So, for example, I remember before we talked about that restaurant, Ambrosio 15. Their idea was to sell pizza here in San Diego that was Milan-style pizza, and there were no other restaurants in San Diego that did that. Now, obviously, that's not their only competitive advantage, but that's enough to get started. So, let's go ahead and get started on elevator pitches. Good luck, and I know you're going to give me some great ideas for elevator pitches. Thanks.